For over a century, history books claimed Africa had no great civilizations. They said the towering stone walls of Great Zimbabwe couldn't possibly have been built by black Africans. But science has proven them spectacularly wrong. This is the true story of how colonial myths tried to rewrite history and how archaeology uncovered the truth. When European explorers first saw the massive stone ruins of Great Zimbabwe in the late 1800s, they refused to believe Africans built them. The walls stood 11 meters high, built without mortar using precision dry stone techniques. The site covered nearly 1,800 acres with evidence of gold trading reaching China and India. But racist theories called the Hamitic hypothesis claimed light-skinned outsiders must have been responsible. British archaeologist David Randall Mackiver proved in 1905 that the buildings were African in origin. Yet the myth persisted for decades. Not until 1990s DNA studies confirmed the Shona people's connection to the site did the truth become undeniable. Pottery shards, iron tools, and glass beads all point to a thriving African civilization that dominated trade routes from 1200 to 1450 CE. Meanwhile, similar lies surrounded other African achievements. The walls of Benin stretched over 6,000 square kilometers, the largest earthworks in history before satellites. Manso Musa's 1324 pilgrimage to Mecca saw so much gold distributed that it crashed economies. Timbuktu's libraries held 400,000 manuscripts on astronomy, medicine, and law when Europe was still in the Dark Ages. These weren't isolated incidents but part of a pattern, a deliberate erasure of African accomplishment to justify colonialism. The Ishango bone from Congo contains prime number sequences dating back 20,000 years. Egyptian hieroglyphs developed by 3200 BC. African innovations in mathematics, writing, and architecture predate most European civilizations. Yet the Hamitic myth claimed Africans needed outside intervention to achieve greatness. Today, genetic evidence and archaeology have completely dismantled these false narratives. Great Zimbabwe appears on Zimbabwe's flag and currency as a source of national pride. The Oba of Benin still rose as a cultural leader. Timbuktu's manuscripts survived jihadist threats, proving the resilience of African knowledge. This isn't just about correcting the past, it's about reclaiming identity. When we examine who benefits from historical myths, the answer becomes clear. The same lies that justified colonialism still shape perceptions today. But the stones of Great Zimbabwe speak louder than any myth. They stand as eternal witnesses to what Africa truly built without permission, without outsiders, and against all odds.